All right, hey y'all, as you may have noticed, my previous video cut out, so here is part 2 of absolute value equations, and this should be a quick little continue our video situation. All right, problem number 15. So here we have 7 times the absolute value of 4n plus 8 and absolute value minus 6 equals 106. This is the part with the absolute value, so we're going to add 6 to both sides. We end up with 7 times the absolute value of 4n plus 8 equals 112. I want to get the whole absolute value by itself, so I'm going to divide the whole thing by 7. I end up with the absolute value of 4n plus 8 equals 16. And this is where I break it into 2 equations. 4n plus 8 equals positive 16. And 4n plus 8 equals negative 16. Over here, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. I get 4n equals 8. And then I divide by 4, and I get n equals 2. And over here, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. I get 4n equals negative 24. I divide by 4, and I get n is negative 6. I'm going to take these answers, put them in some brackets. I have n equals bracket 2, comma, negative 6. And since it got a little bit messy, I'm going to make my answer super obvious. Now here we have some special cases. Sometimes we end up where we cannot have an answer. So for example, in the absolute value of x equals negative 6, the absolute value always has to be a positive number because it's your distance from 0. You can't be a negative distance. So this problem has no solution. Or this little symbol right here, the circle with the line through it. And that's because the absolute value cannot be a negative number once it's isolated. Let's try number 18. So we have negative 3 times the absolute value of 2x plus 1. I want to get the absolute value part by itself, so I divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. I get the absolute value of 2x plus 1 equals negative 7. See how we have an absolute value equals a negative. We cannot have an absolute value equaling a negative once it's isolated. So again, our answer is no solution. Or this little symbol right here. And my explanation, my reason, is the absolute value cannot equal a negative number once it's isolated. And that is everything that I have for you today. I'll see you in the future.